Follow the White Rabbit. Yeah,
Movie, bro.
yeah. So, were you inspired last night? That's what kept you up all night, or it was more personal type of?
I mean, I tend to stay up late, like how I like my madness. Unless I'm with my wife, then I guess she kind of calms my insanity a bit. Just you know what I mean. So I can so good. But when I'm by myself, like the mind just goes, bro. Like it just, and I think it's because there's a lot for me to say and do before I leave. So so that's what ends up happening is that I stay late. If I put it into something, then I can go to sleep. But if I don't put it into anything, I end up just defeating myself. You know, like talking a lot of shit to myself and stuff.
Yeah, like what
Yeah.
you said. I posted something the other day to the email group. I'm trying to find it right now. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what you said, Goya Robles. It goes right here. Freudian concept that I was attracted to when I was reading this week. It's called sublimation. I sent it on last Friday. So Freud saw sublimation as the ability to take all those negative impulses and dark impulses and make them creative, you know, and make them positive. So he talks about this doctor who, when he was a kid, used to cut off the tails of animals. Yeah, right. And you know where that goes in terms of psychology. You think of like a serial killer. However, I think it was a German doctor. I don't know his name, but he became a famous doctor. He was able to change that negativity. So made me think of when you said that.
That's kind of wild. When you said that, I thought of there was one time, I think I was maybe 8 years old. I found a bird outside of like on the street. It was like a baby little bird, but it was kind of like it was something was going on with it. Like it's just, I don't know if it was his leg or something, but it was just couldn't stand and it kind of just moving and twitching a bit, and so I brought it in my home, picked it up, put it in a little box, brought it to my mom's, and just like trying to take care of it, and she tried to help me a little bit, but then the bird ended up dying just like a few minutes later. And I remember being angry and I threw the bird on the street where I found it. And then I was like throw rocks at it and there was something about, you know, this idea of I guess abandonment, or I guess being like something along those lines where it just caused such a reaction in me. And who knew that, you know, who knew that years later it would, you know, looking at my life and the way I've lived and the things that have happened and the people who I've been close to me, who that I've loved, who ended up betraying me or leaving or like, and just there's a lot of work that I've had to do, but you know, it goes all the way back to points like that, you know. And then we're talking about darkness, like I think my work around my craft, whether it be writing or acting or poetry, it gives value to something that ordinarily I would use to destroy myself. You know, like it validates it in a different way and says, "Oh, yeah, this shit happened to you, but it's actually it's worth something different than what it was told it was worth to you." It's like an alchemy that happens, you know? Yeah. So, yeah.
So are you going through your alchemical process right now, you know, on those 5 in the morning nights or mornings, whatever you would call that?
That's what it feels like right now, bro. Like I'm something's going on. And I go, it goes up and down, but when it's here, it stays until it feels heard, until the darkness feels acknowledged and it's out in the light. And those things in my family and things that are going on, like for example, I got someone very close to me in my life right now who is dealing with suicide, like the intenting suicide and actually attempting it, and when we did all the work, we kind of find out that it's connected to old, parents and grandparents and like old ways of thinking imposed on this kid who is also told that she can't, who she is and how she shows up is not good enough. It's not all because this all, whether religion tells you that you got to be a certain way because of this way, and it just doesn't fit the narrative. So now she's like, well, if I, not realizing that, oh, if God says that I'm not good enough, then what, then something's really. And so I'm taking that and I'm putting some of that in the story. You know what I mean? I'm taking like ideas, what things she's being she's being bullied. I was bullied. Putting that in the story. You know what I mean? Like things with my there's just a lot going. That's for some reason you have to tell this story.
That's great. That's great. Well, I say it's great because it's great that you found an outlet. You have an outlet that you recognize is helpful for you. Because some people don't realize they can release it, let it go, express it through ritual or through art. And
ritual where it's at, bro.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of ritual as well. What rituals do you identify with your personal growth, your development?
I mean, I'll show you. So I have this I don't know if you can see, but I have a whole setup. I got a vision board.
My brother, I love it.
I got like a whole
all
these items, you know what I mean? This is like an indigenous owl that I got when I was in Vancouver. It's made out of like this is bone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think it's like a cow. I don't want to say cow bone. I forgot what kind of bone it is, but it's what the indigenous people eat and like. And I can't think of it at the top of my head, but like I got this little thing where it's like it's the Hayuya, which is the symbol of the sun in Taino. You know what I mean? I got things that I picked up, like this is a Snapple. I think it's a Snapple. No, Mama Chia. Says gratitude reflects the soul. Things like that. I'm just.
So all of these things here relate to you in some way, somehow, whether past.
And so what ends up happening, like I go in, there's a bunch of candles here, so I just like do the tea lights, and then I have a whole process. I have this Bible. I'm not Christian, but I got this feather that I found. This is what's it called? It's a crow's feather. So I pick it up, and it's like it's associated with magic and that ethereal part of
the work of Carlos Castaneda when you talk about crow.
So I'll do this whole thing where I like cleanse myself. I do Palo Santo. I cleanse myself. This thing right here. I got this little bag over here that has some really personal items, and depending on what I need, I'll pull it up. Like I got, and one of the items is some dice, and I'll roll the dice, and whatever it lands on the first time, I I flip through the Bible and I count, and then I'll roll it again, and then whatever that number is, I'll go to a chapter of whatever book I landed in, and then I roll it, and then I roll it again, and I flip to whatever verse. And I find that whenever I'm being honest about what it is that I'm searching for, that I'm yearning for,
Mm.
passage ends up being really deeply moving that I need to. And when I'm not, when I'm just like searching for an answer that's not connected to my heart, to my spirit, I end up getting some bullshit passage that I don't really.
Doesn't relate.
Does it? Yeah, it's like, you know, so it's like an indicator. Like, but what else? What question do I really want to ask?
Mm.
You know, and just so I have, you know, things like that ground me. They ground me and give me, you know, some people don't believe in that kind of shit, but I find it grounds me because I found it. Like no one, like all those that whole ritual, I found it. I didn't look it up anywhere. I didn't like, you know, no one like.
Those are the best rituals, you know, the ones that connect to your intimate part of yourself, that sincerity. You know, those make the best rituals, the best items to add to your ritual. And believe it or not, 80% of people in this country believe, whether it's their ancestors or just their friends, they have a belief of something outside of themselves. So, you know, that's dope how you can connect to that, you know, and ground yourself, you know. Sometimes sometimes I get caught in my head and I start to float away, you know what I mean? So when I hear you sound, it brings me back to what you know, feeling the seat I'm sitting in. What do I see around me? What's in the now? What's in the moment? Helps me become mindful. So that's a dope share.
I guess
Satori, success.